I'd like to demonstrate the battery reconditioning process using the Ultimate Rejuvenator, two machines which is on this side. And to start with, we will be using the Power Force Monster Charger, which is also manufactured by me. The purpose of this video will be to demonstrate fully for batteries that are probably almost completely sulfated, being completely revived 100% or exceeding the initial capacity. Further test equipment we'll be using will be the Fluke 77 multimeter, the DHC battery electrical system analyzer, and also the DHC carbon pile load tester. This equipment will be used throughout the process. What we have here, we have the batteries, and if we can just bring the camera a little bit closer, if we can see the dates on there, we've got 2315, which I've marked in the front of the battery. That would be numbered battery 1. Battery 2 we would mark as 2915, and I've also marked it on the front of the battery. And for purposes of turning the battery around, I've marked it on the positive side, the exact same thing as one can see over there. Yeah. And so I've done the same with these. We can see that it's this one is 2615, marked it in the front as battery 3. Battery 4 is 2615, also marked on the other side of all the batteries. And then we have 1215, and we have 2715. And the video is starting at 5 to 4, and it's the 22nd of January 2017. It's a Sunday afternoon. These 6 batteries are purchased in Quito, Ecuador, and I purchased them from a recycler, and we found these batteries right at the bottom of a pile of old batteries. And for demonstration purposes, I'll start with the initial tests, which we could see if the batteries have any chance of recovery, which obviously in the end of the day it would, but initially it looks like it's a very bad battery. We'll start with the test. Look at the meter. We've got our meter set on DC voltage. We're going through the voltage of the battery. Battery number 1. I'm taking a reading of battery number 1. We're having 4.66 volts. I do have the two. I'll do the correct polarity just to do a proper test. The correct polarity, positive minus, and it's 4.66 volts, which I would write down the voltage. 4.66 volts, and we go to battery number 2, and then this one is 3.39 volts, and we can see it's battery number 2 in the front. 3.39 volts. Battery number 3, we have 4.29 volts. So record the voltage there for reference purposes. Battery number 4, we have 4.86 volts. Battery number 4. Battery number 5, we have 4.25 volts. And battery number 6, as the last one in this test, is 4 volts. I'll turn the meter off, and what we do is we always start checking the voltage, and then we turn the batteries around with the positives facing us in front. Now, as you can see, this is a 12 volt lead acid battery. You can just bring the camera closer. We can see this is a 60 amp hour. All the batteries are 60 amp hour. We have the EN standard, or DIN standard of 280 amps, 480 amps EN, and it's 12 volts. As you can see, the voltage is below 5 volts on each of these batteries, which renders these batteries absolutely useless. Just for demonstration purposes, we'll try the cold cranking amps just on one battery. I don't think the meter will even come on. It actually comes on, shows at 3.87 volts, and there's no point in doing the cold cranking amp test. do the cold cranking amp test once the battery has reached a much higher voltage. So what we do is we put all the negative clamps of the machine on before turning the machine on. As another part of my test equipment, which I forgot to show in the video, we have 2 light bulbs. It's normal car halogen globes, and we load the batteries, which you'll see later on in the video. Now we switch the machine on. We have it on setting number 1, and I have the voltage setting on 3, which is 12 volts. And we start connecting the positive leads, checking that there's no spark, and they get connected live. Always connect the leads live, as if you can see, if there's a great spark, you can always remove it. We don't connect all the positive leads and turn the machine on in one go, because that would cause, if there was a reverse polarity or something like that, we could cause a dangerous situation. So as you can see, the voltage is sitting at 9-10 volts. The current to the bank is absolutely zero. Had this been a normal commercially purchased battery charger, it would not even get the voltage up to 12 volts. No current, absolutely no current is going into the batteries. So we're going to record the time. Let's just look at the time there. We can say it's 4 o'clock to 1600 hours. For each battery, I go start time of 1600 hours. And we're going to rate the cold cranking amps at 0 because the voltage is low, and as we could see with the DHC tester, there was no reading. What's going to happen next, we're going to leave this on, we'll leave it on 4 hours. At 8 o'clock we will return, and we'll take a few readings and see how the batteries progress.